राधे 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 गोविंद।
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 कृष्ण मुकुंद
कृष्ण मुकुंद
बाल गोविंद।
बाल गोविंद।
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुदेवाय नमः। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तुते व्यासविशालबुद्धे कुलारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः। पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। हरि ओम्। श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम।
श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम।
श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम।
श्री शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण 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 शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
एवं ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म पूर्वैरपि मुमुक्षुभिः
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
गुरुकर्मैव तस्मात् त्वं पूर्वतरं कृतम्
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की
जय।
एवं ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म पूर्वैः अपि मुमुक्षुभिः. Those in this very ancient culture, this very ancient civilization, here Bhagavan is talking about Purva. Purva means those people who passed. So these people, Purvaj it is called in Hindi. Purvaj means our forefathers who came from Bharat and came here, they are called as Purvaj. It comes from the Sanskrit of Purva. Means to say those who preceded us. We can see from that culture that their main aim was moksha. They were mumukshus. One who desires moksha is called as a mumukshu. That was the goal. They were clear about that. And they did karma in a certain way. This thing has a very nice record of, the lines have a very nice record of the civilization and the goal of the civilization and how they lived and how they tried to reach that goal. So they performed the karma, evam jnatva, knowing about the nature of karma, they performed the karma in such a way so that the karma will lead to mukti. This is what he's telling. And when Bhagavan makes that type of statement, then you can see all the nature of that civilization, how it lived. And therefore he's telling Arjuna, my dear, kuru karma. You do the karma, kuru karma eva tasmatvam. You do this karma in this way, purvai purvataram kritam, as was done by the ancients who sought mukti or moksha as their goal. Do the karma in the same way. So this is where we stopped last night. So now today, this I told you the whole topic, even though we're in the 4th chapter, the topic is still karma yoga. All the way, if I may not have told you before, but the Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 portions like that. The first 6 chapters is about karma yoga. The next 6 chapters is about bhakti yoga. And the last 6 chapters is about jnana yoga. So still this is going on all karma yoga. So now in 3 verses, Bhagavan talks about this karma further. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Kim karma karmeti kavayopyatra mohitaah.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Tate karma pravachyami yajñatva moksyase shubha.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Karmano hyapi bodhavyam cha vikarmanah.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Akarmanasya bodhavyam gahana karmano gatihi.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Karmanya karmaya pasye akarmani cha karmaya.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Sabudhiman manusyeshu sayukta krishna karma krit.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki.
Jai.
Since Bhagavan is on the topic of karma, this is a big word. Now you all would have heard the word also, used in so many different ways, and you may not have thought about it. Like for example, they say, do your karma. Means their karma means duty. Do your duty. Then somebody is walking there and they fall in a pothole and break their leg. Right? Then you say, look, that is karma. No, now see, karma is used differently there. That's not duty. Is it duty to break your leg or what? That is karma. So there, karma is used to mean karma phala. It is the result of his past karma. Phala means result, fruit. Then, in this lifetime, everybody has to go through certain things. Like one person will live the whole life and he's healthy. Healthy means he doesn't get all these, the people have all sorts of diseases and all. Clogged arteries. The arteries clogged. So I met one man recently. He said, Swamiji, I didn't come for a while. It's a real story. Yeah? Swamiji, I couldn't come for a while. So what happened? He said, I went to get a plumbing job done. They fixed the plumbing. That's his word. So he went through that type of thing. We say, for that type of karma, we say that called prarabdha. Prarabdha means to say, whatever karma, all things I will go through in this lifetime. Some people will go through this type of set of things. Some people will go through those set of things. Called prarabdha. One man will live a life in poverty, and another man will live a life in riches. And one man will live a life in health, one will live a life in disease. His whole life. From birth, yesterday, Sriji was telling us somebody, children in the house, 2 of them, they need help. So that's prarabdha karma. So that's a different, so karma is used in so many various ways. Now Bhagavan is telling here now. We have to understand karma because it's a big word. So now he says, Kim karma? What is karma? Kim akarma? What is? Karma means here action. Then akarma, actionlessness. This is a big word in Sanskrit. What is karma? What is akarma? Actionlessness. Kavayopyatra mohitaha. Great rishis also, they are confused about this. Means to understand karma is a very big task. That is what the meaning is. To understand karma is a big task. Even great people get confused about what exactly is karma. Tate pravakshyami. Tate karma pravaksyami jnatva mokshase shubhat. So now I'm going to tell you what he means in the second line. I'm going to tell you about karma. If you know properly about karma, you will attain mukti very fast. Which just now, action and actionlessness. There are 2 big words. Karma and akarma. So if we know those 2 things, moksha will come very fast. Because to know what is actionlessness is a big thing. So he says, there's 3 things about karma we should know. Karmano hyapi bodhavyam, we should know what is karma. Bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha, we should know what is prohibited karma. So we should know what is karma, what is prohibited karma, and then akarmanascha bodhavyam, and we should know what is actionlessness, akarma. So we should know what is action, what is prohibited action, or what is actionlessness. That actionlessness, if we know, moksha se ashubhat, quickly we will get mukti. So to know what is actionlessness is a big task. And he says, karmani akarmaya pashyet, akarmani cha ya karmayaha, cha karmayaha, the one who sees actionlessness in inaction, and the one who sees action in actionlessness. He says, Sabuddhiman, that person is the wise one. Well, none of that makes sense to anybody. So let me just back up a little bit now to tell. That has to be explained. And this is how people who study Bhagavad Gita, and I give my own example. Before going to ashram, I used to read Bhagavad Gita in English. Back and forth. Oh, many times I read it in English. And then I thought I knew Bhagavad Gita because I had read the whole thing over and over. So I thought I knew Bhagavad Gita. And then when I went and listened to our Puja Gurudev, I realized I did not know anything in Gita. In other words, this Bhagavad Gita has to be taught to us by some teacher. Otherwise we'll be confused like anything. We think we know when we really don't. No. So now, so far, and if you have been coming these few nights and all, you would have heard a word I have been talking about. That word is called, now see, all of those words have to be joined to these verses to make sense of the verses. Words that have come before. Right? So it is like this now. We have been talking about a word which in the last few lectures, in the last few temples, it is called as Kartritva Bhav. Kartritva Bhav, I hope you remember that word. That is called the feeling of doership. That I am the one who is doing things in this universe. And the Shastra is telling, Are Vaya, you think you are doing. Really, Bhagwan is the one who is doing. And the simple way to prove that is, if you were not there, all the things which you think you have done in this world, if you were not there, Bhagwan would have gotten it done. So that means what? You there or you are not there, Bhagwan will get that thing done. Then who is doing in this universe? He is the one who is doing. So anyway, I have a wrong feeling that I am a doer. It is called agency, agentship. And in Sanskrit, the word for that is called as Kartritva Bhav. So now, if a person has Kartritva Bhav, that I am a doer, and even if he sits down like this, and he still retains that doership, he sits down like this, that means he is still doing some action. And if a person does not have this Kartritva Bhav, and he goes on doing 100 things, he is doing nothing. He is a mere instrument in the hands of Bhagwan. So now you go by that again. The person has Kartritva Bhav, doership, and he sits like this, he is still doing action. Because he's sitting. And if you ask him, who is sitting? I am sitting. What are you doing? Thinking. Who is thinking? I am thinking. So there is ownership. There is doership. Kartritva Bhav. Ownership of the action. So even though he may appear to be doing nothing, because he has doership, he is still doing. So to see in that actionlessness of that fellow, to see action means to understand he still has doership. He is seeing himself as sitting. He is seeing himself as desisting. Is that doing or not? If I am desisting, that is a verb or not? So to see in his actionlessness, to see action means to understand he has doership. And in the next line says, to see inaction in action is to see that that person, even though he's engaged, like Bhagwan Shankaracharya, like Puja Gurudev, like all the great sages and saints who go about this world doing a million things, but they have no doership, no agency, that they know they are mere instrument in the hands of the Lord, that person has no Kartritva Bhav. So to see in that person, there is actually no action going on. That is to see actionlessness in action. If this type of thing is not understood properly, this verse will make no sense. To see action in actionlessness and no action in action and all that kind of, that is confusing like anything. All right. So this is what Bhagwan means to say in these three verses, and that's why he says it's very important now. He's telling Arjuna, you act without agency. That is the highest state of karma yoga. So I told you, the lower state of karma yoga, you act with agency. I am a doer, yes, but I am doing it for Ishvara, doing it for the Lord, doing it for society, doing it for the world. Bhagwan uses the word world, loka. He uses the word loka twice. So do it for the world. And after I do that well, I will get sufficient chitta shuddhi, purity of mind, so that I can move to the higher stage. That's like after I study high school well, all the way to A levels and all, then I will have sufficient qualification to go to university. But if I don't here, then how I will go? So here also, if I don't do with doership, with Kartritva Bhav, I don't do my actions properly and dedicate it to Ishvara. And I told you there are technical words for all of that in Karma Yoga. That is called Ishvara Arpana buddhi or Krishna arpana buddhi or whichever your Ishta Devata is. So all of these things have to be done properly in their own stage, and then the person moves on to the next stage of slowly now relinquishing kartritva bhav, the feeling of doership, understanding that Bhagwan is the one who is doing. And for that, knowledge will be required. Because now I have to understand, look here, I am not really the doer. How? Lot of knowledge will have to be acquired and reflected on to understand I am really not a doer. Now, Bhagwan hints at all of this in the next verse. This is number 19, 419. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaha.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Krishna Kanaya Lal ki
Jai.
Yasya sarve samarambhaha Kama sankalpa varjitaha. Now, see, just now I told the initial state of karma yoga is I have kartritva bhava. I feel I am a doer. And that is not anything unnatural or anything bad. Don't think it is anything bad. Because you are born like that. What do you do? We are all born with kartritva bhava, that we are the doer. So from where I am born, I have to work well and then move to the next stage. So we are all born with kartritva bhava, feeling that I am the doer, I am the mover and all of that sort of thing. So now, at that stage, I work and I dedicate my work to Ishvara, to the world, to society and all. And at the same time, I have to acquire knowledge. While I am working and dedicating, I have to acquire knowledge. Then only I will be able to move to the next stage. If that knowledge is not acquired, not put into practice, I will not be able to move to the next stage. Because of a simple reason. The feeling that I am a doer. Listen to this again. The feeling that I am a doer, or this, what we call in Sanskrit, the kartritva bhav, that thing is the product of ignorance. So now what can remove ignorance? I told ignorance only has one antidote. Like light only has one, darkness has only one antidote. So the feeling that I am a doer is the product of ignorance. The truth is, the doer in this universe is called as Kartu. Ishvara is called as Kartu. Kartu means Karta, Kartri. The doer. He is the prime mover of this universe. So, how I came to feel that I am the doer? Ignorance. That is all. So now these verses, number 19 and number 20, they speak about the acquisition of this knowledge. Now one more thing. I have to acquire the knowledge. It will burn away the ignorance. And when that ignorance goes away, I'll realize, really, I was not the doer in any case. It was Ishvara who was doing everything. But one more thing. If you take, your achar bottle. You call it achar also, same thing? If you take your achar bottle and you empty the achar, and now you pour milk into the bottle without washing out the bottle properly, what you will get the next day? Well, that will not be milk and it will not be achar also. It will be something else. You will be an inventor because you come up with a new compound. It means to say, in order to pour milk into that achar bottle, you have to really clean out that bottle properly, correct? Otherwise, you will spoil the milk. So in the very same way, if I am going to acquire knowledge, and the vessel where that knowledge is going to come, that vessel itself is not purified. The vessel is not clean. Now what will happen to the knowledge? Well, phat jayega, like the milk. It will burst. That is why you will find many places in the world, people use knowledge just to beat down on others. There is a fellow right now who is wanted in India. So he ran away and he has taken refuge somewhere in Malaysia or Indonesia or somewhere. Indonesia something. Right? What that fellow did? He's Muslim. He has studied the Vedas and studied the Upanishads and studied the Bhagavad Gita and used that knowledge to cut Hinduism and cut the Vedas and cut the Upanishad and cut everything to pieces. So that is what he is using the knowledge to do. And he is wanted in Bharat. So he cannot travel. He'll be arrested. So now, that is when the knowledge has fallen in a vessel and the knowledge has spoiled. But that was not the meaning, the reason for having knowledge. That knowledge has spoiled. Like you put the milk inside the achar bottle now, next day you will get spoiled milk. So there are many people in the world like that. That is one thing. Second thing, when you pour the milk into the achar bottle, next day you will still have it there. It will be there. It will be there and it doesn't disappear. But is it of any use to you? He may not use it to beat somebody, the knowledge, but is it of any use to the person who has collected it? Does it make any difference in his life, the knowledge? And all of these things happen because the vessel was not purified. So Bhagavan is doing two things in these verses, these couple verses now. What? He's telling we have to acquire that knowledge to remove the ignorance which caused me to feel that I am a doer. But at the same time, he's talking about the purification of the mind, because if I acquire that knowledge and that mind is not purified, that knowledge will go spoil. Two things are happening there. So, yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaha. So now, the impurity in the mind is kama. We talked about this in detail, kama, desire. So I have this desire for this thing, and see, I'll just give you one simple effect of what Bhagavan is talking here. There are many people who collect this knowledge and collect all of these things to make money. So his desire is not for knowledge. His desire is for money. Have you seen? There are many, many traditions in this world where the people who are in this field and whose duty it is to disseminate knowledge, they ride in nice private jets also. I have to get 60 million to buy a private jet. 60 million US dollars. So his real desire is karma. So he's doing karma, but the karma has kama. Kama means desire. So there's a desire not really for mukti or not really for doing offering to Bhagwan. There's desire for something in the world. And we are tired of seeing people using all of this spirituality just to make money. So Bhagwan says first thing, that impurity from the mind, that desire, which is an impurity in the mind, that thing has to be removed. So kama sankalpa varjita. Varjita means was gone beyond, relinquished, transcended that thing. Freed from. So all my actions first have to be freed from this desire for any worldly benefit. That is the idea. The Shastra's Gyan was not meant for worldly benefit. It is meant for mukti. Then Jnanagni Dagda Karmanam Tamahu Panditam Buddha. He is called the wise one whose karmas have been burnt away by the fire of knowledge. So what karma has been burnt away by the fire of knowledge? So this has to be understood like this now. See, I told you, even the realized masters, all the great saints and sages, you will see all of them still doing karma. So many countless things they're doing. So what do you mean their karma has been burnt away by the fire of knowledge? Their kartritva bhav, the feeling that I am a doer, that thing has been burnt away by the fire of knowledge. Correct. So now even though you see him doing, he doesn't have the feeling that I am doing. So that karma is burnt away. That is the idea. Huh? Then, that person who works like that, with no feeling of kartritva bhava, I am the doer, tam ahu panditam buddha. The wise people call him as pandit. This is a very big word in Sanskrit. Huh? This pandit word Bhagavan loves. In Bhagavad Gita, he uses this word many times. It is a very good indication to all our pandits that we should live up to the real meaning of this word in Bhagavad Gita. In the second chapter we have seen, Na anushochanti panditaha. A pandit does not weep. Yeah? The pandit has no kartritva bhav. His doership has been burnt away by the fire of knowledge. In 5th chapter again, so many places. Pandit. Pandita samadarshinaha. Pandit who is the one who sees everybody equal. Doesn't see this one as better, worse. He sees that one Paramatma existing in. So like that, so many countless places this word comes with so many various qualifications for Pandit. And again, this purity of mind, it is the most important thing you see. If you plant a seed here on this tile, it will not grow. You have to get nice soil, clean it out, till the soil, put manure, this, that, and you plant the seed, it will grow. So this vessel where the knowledge is going to come, if this vessel is not prepared, is not ready, it is not proper, this knowledge will come also and it will do nothing. So Bhagavan in the next verse also, how wonderfully he is given so many tips and pointers for preparing this vessel. What are the requirements? Nirashiryat chetatma tyakta sarva parigraha.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Shariram kevalam dharma purvanapnoti kilvisham.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Yadrichalav santushtaha dvandvatito vimatsaraha.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
सिद्धावसिद्धौ च कृत्वापि न निबध्यते
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki
Jai.
Tyaktva karma phala sangam. Bhagavan again is reiterating now. When we are working, what bhav we should keep inside, the bhav, pure bhav inside. I should detach from the results of my karma. I see again reiterating the requirements of karma yoga. I should detach from the results. I do it. In other words, actually, this is something we are all guilty of. We have to be very, very, what do you call that? Aware. What is going on in our mind when we do things. Like, for example, you come and we give the temple here $1,000. Please take this donation. And then next week you come back and you ask, what you did with the $1,000? No. If you come back to ask what you did with the $1,000, that means you have not given it yet. You gave it with your hand, but you did not give it with your mind. Because in your mind you're still holding it. Or when you give the $1,000, you want them in front to tell your name. Such and such person gave $1,000. So the idea is, I did the karma, but I'm looking for the phala. I'm looking for the result. But if you give, Bhagavan is telling, Tyaktva karma phala sangam. Karma phala is the result. I should not be looking for any result. Whichever karma. You go, come and you sweep the temple, clean out the grass and all that, and you prune the plants and everything, and you take care, and then you go and tell the whole of Georgetown, I clean it, If it had not been for me. So you're looking for the praise, so that you did the karma, but the result now you're looking, everybody will praise me. They'll put my name in Starbuck News. And in subtle ways, people look, So everybody has to see his own mind. You should not be seeing the mind of your neighbor or your friend or the next person. You have to see your own mind. What exactly am I attached to when I do karma and all that, right? But Bhagavan says that thing has to be dropped. Nitya tripto. And I have to learn to be, this word will come again and again in Gita. People have not learned how to be contented. In Trinidad language we say, everybody have big eye. Big eye, the more you see, the more you... Yes. No, nobody knows this word contentment. But Bhagavan is saying, one of the things in the mind, which I should propagate all the time, is Nitya Triptaha. All the time contented. I'm fine. I'm good. One Mahatma, he was sitting in one place, and the police, they were chasing a robber, a bandit. They were chasing him like that. And the Mahatma was just sitting here by a tree. So that robber thought, these police are right on my heels, I think they'll catch me. So he had the bag of loot which he had stolen. He deposited it with the Mahatma. And he ran away. He must be thinking, that's what people do with drugs and all. They must say, he's an easy target. I'll come back and I'll take it from him. So anyway, the police came now and they saw this bag of loot with this Mahatma. Oh ho! So quickly you change and you're pretending to be Mahatma now. You just robbed the place there and now you're pretending to be Mahatma, so they caught him. Because he had the bag of loot. So they caught him now. And they took him to the jail. And then the next morning they produced him before the magistrate. So the magistrate said, "You stole this bag of loot." So the Mahatma said, "Your Honor, by the grace of Bhagwan Ram, I was sitting under a tree. And by the grace of Bhagwan Ram, police were chasing a bandit. And by the grace of Bhagwan Ram, that bandit deposited his bag of loot with me. And by the grace of Bhagwan Ram, the police came and arrested me and put me in jail last night. And by the grace of Bhagwan Ram, look, they produced me before you this morning." So that judge, he realized that he is Bhole Bhale Mahatma. He really did not steal anything or do anything. He's a very simple person. So he said, "Take care, leave this bag of loot here, you go home. And by the grace of Bhagwan Ram, you let me go also." So he just went away. So the idea is, you also have to hear this from Uncle Leo. He has nothing, wants nothing, and all the time contented. He really wants nothing. He knows how it is to be contented in life. And this is a very, very profound thing that all people have to learn. Other human beings do not know what is contentment. And it is the lack of this same thing called as contentment, which is driving the species to destroy the earth at unprecedented levels. And we are very good at pulling the wool over our eyes. We are very good at that. In other words, every day you hear we are coming up with new things to try to save the earth. Have you heard? So now the new thing which they have come up, what? You should go to solar power. Don't use fossil fuels, use solar power, and that will help to save the earth. Don't use fossil fuels, use wind power, and that will save the earth. And they go from one to the next. And all that is nothing but pulling the wool over the eyes. If you do the study to see how exactly you are going to bring solar power to your house, and all the initial cost that is associated with that in terms of degradation of the environment, you will see it is no different than using the fossil fuel which you are using. Absolutely no different. They will ravage the earth and they will mine millions of tons of minerals, and they'll make parking lots out of certain islands. Nothing could grow there for another few hundred years in that mining. And then they'll take all of that, and then one excavator to mine millions of tons and burn diesel and all that. And if you count from there, coming all the way to producing the battery cells and the batteries and producing all the solar cells and all the mineral mine, and you count all that, and you come here now, just burn the fossil fuel, the two is same. The destruction to the earth is exactly the same. We have pulled the wool over our eyes, thinking, oh, by switching from this type of fuel to solar power, we are saving the earth. But that is big money talking and making us feel that we are saving the earth. No such thing is happening. The only one solution, and nobody wants to hear that, the only one solution for this whole thing is reduced consumption. There is no other solution. You cannot change the equations in Prakriti. We cannot change the equations in Prakriti. They are given equations. The only one solution for that is reduce consumption. And how can there ever be reduced consumption of this species when this species is never contented? That is not going to happen. You jump high or jump low, do whatever you want, that is not going to happen. Because the species is not contented. I want more and more and more and more, and there is no end to that. So Bhagavan is telling Nitya Tripta. So all of these things run all deep into civil society also. Anyway, Nirashrayaha. So all of these things we have to learn to be contented. Nirashrayaha means without reliance on this thing and that thing and the other thing. Dependence. Ashraya means dependence. So without dependence, oh, if I didn't get the coffee today, I have a miserable day. What happened? I don't know. I'm grumpy. What do you want? I want some coffee. Why you? So when you get coffee, you'll be grumpy? Yeah. What to do? When you don't get coffee, you'll be grumpy? Yeah. So this one dependent on coffee, that one dependent on company, that one dependent on... some dependence, that's called ashraya, means always dependent on something for your happiness. In other words, you have put the key to your happiness in somebody's pocket. The key to the happiness should be in your pocket. Yeah. But this kind of dependence, is Bhagavan is saying, dependence also is slavishness. Karmani abhipravittaha api na eva kinchit karoti saha. The one who has really achieved the height of these gunas, even though he is doing his kartatva bhav, he would get rid of them. And he continues in the next verse, Nirashir yatachittatma tyakta sarva parigraha. Nirashihi, the person who all the time has removed from his mind craving and expectations. Nirashi means all the craving and expectations which we have. And people's expectations and craving never end. He also have craving and expectation for when he dies. When I die, make sure you put this thing on my tombstone. He has craving and expectation beyond the grave also. You have to put... And don't bury me in this cheap coffin. Bury me in this expensive coffin. Before he dies, he has already cravings for beyond the... And he told the undertaker, don't bury me in this cheap coffin, bury me in this expensive coffin. The undertaker said, yes, sir, if you will be more comfortable in this one, we'll bury you in this one only. अरे बेचारा अभी नरक तक पहुंच गए. But he's telling you, bury me in this. He already reached Narak. But he said, bury me in this coffin, expensive one. So Nirashihi, all this dependence on this thing and that and what do you call, all these expectations and all these cravings and all for, Bhagavan says, give up this thing. Cravings and expect. Then Yatachittatma, this is another word is there. Yatachittatma means one who strives. So yesterday we were talking about actually why people don't move forward and progress and why nations don't progress, and you see the same old thing. I mean, you like you get wealth. We have gone through this in Trinidad really badly. You get wealth and you get all of this wealth, but the mentality is still the same old backward mentality like that. So why we don't move? Because will is not there. This Yatachittatma is one who strives diligently. And for that striving, strong will should be there. Na? So we say people don't have the political will. They don't have the spiritual will. They don't have the personal will. Willpower. To strive, to change the mentality and change things and become better, that will is required. So Bhagavan is hinting at that also, how this is required. Tyakta sarva parigraha, and one who has given up all ownership of all things. We should never feel that we own anything in this world. Because we did not bring anything, nor are we going to take anything. It's a wonderful thing. You think, na? If we say that I own this, I should be able to take it. One fellow was telling his wife, all this money, when I die, I'm taking it with me. I am not leaving any money for you. I'm putting this money in a big suitcase like that. And I'm putting it in the attic on top. And when I'm going up, I will take it with me. No, is that ever possible? So after some time, really, he put the money in there, and after some time, he died. And when the funeral was over, the wife went there and she checked. The big suitcase full of money is still there. She said, I tell that stupid fool, he should have put it in the basement down below. Because he didn't go up. He went the other direction. But he put the money up and he went. But up or down, we cannot take the money. Anyway, this word comes from Patanjali yoga system. Aparigraha means we should not have the feeling ever that we own anything in this world. Gandhiji used to say very nicely with this regard to this word. All of us should feel that Bhagavan has just left something in our trust at this moment. You know, like for example, this temple is there, right? There will be a board of trustees. Now, the board of trustees, they don't own this temple. No trustee owns anything. It is just in his trust for the time being. And then that trustee will be removed and another trustee will come. One day, one Mahatma was passing in front of the palace. King's palace. So he stopped by the front gate. And he told that Sipahi, you go inside and tell the king that I want to stay in this hotel for the night. So the Sipahi got really angry. What? You're calling your king's palace as a hotel? He grabbed him and he took him to the king. This man has just insulted you and this palace and everything. He says he wants to stay in this hotel for the night. So the king said, but this is king's palace, the royal palace, or you could say this is a hotel. If you cannot justify your statement, we'll behead you. We'll cut off your head. So the Mahatma asked the king, okay, Maharaj, bataiye, please tell. Before you, who was staying in this palace? He said, my father. He was king. He was staying here. I said, before your father, who was staying in this palace? My grandfather. He was the king. Before your grandfather, who was staying in this palace? My great-grandfather. He was the king. I said, so now, where are they all now? Your great-grandfather, grandfather, father, where are they all? They came and gone, left. So, any building where people come and stay for a while and they leave, that is a hotel or not? Because what do people do in hotels? You come there, you stay a little while and you go. When that king heard that explanation from that Mahatma, he said, stay, you can stay here for the night. With no charge. But the idea is, we have this strong feeling that this is mine, that is mine. And you know, people with stronger feeling of mineness, owning this and owning that, they are the ones who never enjoy that thing. And the people who come after them, they enjoy and squander everything. The one who have the stronger feeling of this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. The others come just soon after and squander everything. The stronger the feeling, the more it is squandered in the by the next people who get it. So the Bhagavan says we should not have any such feeling that I own this or I own that. Shariram kevalam karma kurvan napnoti kilvisham. the one who does just for propagate, or what you call, perpetuating the body, or for feeding the body, maintaining the body, sustaining the body, that person is really doing the karma properly. No karma will bind him. But the one who goes on having all of the desires for more and more and more, there is no end, and his bondage goes on and on. Yadricha labha santushtaha. Whatever comes to me in my life, to learn to be contented with that thing. Whatever comes, to learn to be contented. And dvandvatito vimatsaraha. To go beyond the duality. Dvandvatita, and we've been talking about this duality for a long time, no? It comes again and again and again. Because one day miserable, one day happy. One day calm, one day hyper. Right? Calm and hyper. One day we love this, one day hating that. One day, like this. And it's duality. So we have to really maintain that samatvam, which came in the second chapter. We saw this. Sukha dukhe same kritva lava lava jaya jaya. Bhagavan said. So same thing here, again reiterating, to go beyond this duality, which tosses us. We become like a football. Have you seen the football in the field? 1 minute the football get kicked to that goal post. 1 minute the football get kicked to that goal post. So it kicked from this side to this side. So in the same way, the Prakriti with its duality is kicking my mind from joy to sorrow, from appointment to disappointment, from love to hate. So my mind is just like the football, from goalpost to goalpost. I have to maintain my balance. That's what we saw there in the second chapter. That's why Bhagavan says dvandvatitaha vimatsaraha. Matsara means spite, malice, jealousy, envy. All of these things matsara means. So now how many of that we have, or each person has to see for his own self? Spite and jealousy and envy and all such things. Malice. It's amazing how we get angry. That fellow, when he comes, I will give him a piece of my mind. So already I have malice and I'm waiting for him when he comes. Your mind is already in pieces. Now you want to give him a piece of your mind. Vimatsaraha. Matsara is the Durguna. But once it becomes free from that Matsara. The easiest way to understand is the Matsaraha. Who goes beyond me. It means I'm envious or jealous of that person who is doing better than me, who is progressing, who is moving on, who has acquired something which I have not acquired, like that. I am envious of that person. And because of the envy, well, like the crab in the barrel now, what you'll do? Yes. You pull him down. I come up with all devious plan to pull him down. You see? Samasiddhavasiddhaucha kritvapi nanibhatyate. So the person who can maintain his balance in all of this, that person will be able to acquire that knowledge and burn away all of it. You see? He tells now. Two things come together in the next verse. Doing the karma properly with all of these impurities removed, and at the same time acquiring knowledge. See number 23. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Sangasya Muktasya Jnanavastita Chetasaha.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Yajnaya Charata Karma Samagram Pravi Lal ki jai.
Jai.
So how many things are required? It's a nice summation of all of these verses. Gata sangasya, the one who is not attached, has gone beyond attachment to the results of action. The karma phala. Gata sangasya, muktasya, the one who is free from all the longings and cravings and desires and all of such things which we see. Jnana vasthita chetasaha, and whose mind has now acquired this knowledge. That person, yajna charata karma samagram praviliyate, doing his karma in the proper yajna spirit. This word had come up way in the second chapter. Yajna bhav. I told you that is the word that sums up the whole karma yoga. I am doing with the spirit of sacrifice for the benefit of others. Yajna charata karma samagram praviliyate. Samagram karma praviliyate. All his karmas melt away. His karmas don't bind him and bring him back to this world to go through the cycle of birth and death as it does for us. You see? Karma samagram praviliyate. All karmas melt away, dissipate. And our karmas, they're solid, waiting to pull us back here and give us a good beating. But for the one who has acquired these qualities and removed the kartritva bhav with knowledge and all of that, I am not doer. For such a person, no karma stays to bind him. And number 24 is a very famous verse. Whenever we chant that verse, we get hungry. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Brahmatmanam Brahmaghavihi, Brahmano Brahmanahutam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kanaya Lal
Lal
ki
ki jai.
From here, for about 7 or 8 verses, very nicely, Bhagavan is going to utilize the whole tradition of yajna which is there in the Vedas. Now in the Vedas, you know what tradition of yajna is there? You light a fire and you get all the samagri and the ghee and all the things, and you chant mantra and you offer it into the fire. So those are all Vedic yajnas which are there. So in Bhagavan's time, that is what people knew for yajna. That was called yajna at that time. So now Bhagavan is going to give a different twist to this word, yajna. And that is wonderful. That's why Bhagavad Gita is called as Smriti. Shruti lays down the rules, but in the Smriti, you make those things applicable to modern times. That is the idea. So, from this verse and for few verses Bhagavan is going to tell all different type of yajnas. And here is the most esoteric of them all, where when I'm doing that yajna, I learned to see everything as Paramatma only. Reality, Brahman. Huh? Okay, we'll see this tomorrow. Tomorrow, satsang is in the morning time. Rameshwar Ashram, Garnet Street in Kitty. Rameshwar Ashram, Garnet Street in Kitty, 8:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m. Tomorrow is morning. But tomorrow evening, at the ashram in Monripo, we have Ramayana Satsang at 5 o'clock. Ramayana Satsang at 5 p.m. So there are 2 satsangs tomorrow. Okay. Gita chanting competition, National Gita chanting competition is there. Please learn to chant the Bhagavad Gita and enter the competition. The teachers are here. Meet them. Enter your children. You also enter and learn to chant the Gita properly. Chinmay Mission is perhaps one of the rare organizations across the earth who is chanting, who is teaching the Bhagavad Gita properly. So, approach them and see how you can learn to chant Bhagavad Gita and enter the competition. Competition is going to be in June, but the chanting has started already. All right. On the 8th of March at the ashram, we'll have a fundraiser. We are making pizzoti. Pizzoti is a hybrid between pepper roti and pizza. You have to come and try out that delicious dish. On the 3rd of May, we are having the grand finale of this 108 nights at the Gandhi Youth Cricket Ground in town, in Georgetown. Okay, 3rd of May at 5 p.m. You're all invited. Please do tell others and come to the grand finale. In the summertime, we're having camp for children, Bhagavad Gita camp at the ashram in Monripo. Please tell others and you can join your children to the camp, 3-week camp, July 14th to August 1st. And those people who are interested in studying this type of knowledge, a 2-year course is going to start on October 2nd at the ashram in Trinidad. It's a very intensive and demanding course to study Sanskrit and Vedanta and all the scriptures in the Sanskrit language you study. The qualification is you have to be 30 and under, you have to have a university degree, and you have to be unmarried. If you know people who are interested in this, please pass out the information. Please see this bookmark. You can have one on your way out. This has been printed specially for this occasion. It will remind you of the 108 nights that we did across Guyana. And on this side, there's a bookstall, and you will see so many wonderful titles there. Here is one of the best Bhagavad Gita commentaries you'll find on the earth, and it is there in the library of all great scholars and people across the earth. Commentary of Bhagavad Gita by Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji. And why serve? Why do seva? And many children titles are there. Okay, so many other books. Please have a look. This one is Krishna Loves You for children. Better to give children this type of present than to give them chocolate, and to give them sweets and biscuit. And Bal Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam for children. Many adults tell me they enjoy this Bal Bhagavatam more than the children. Please see. All right. Let us stand for Aarti and we'll conclude. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita, Maya Jai Bhagavad Gita, Hari Hiya Kamala Vihari, Hari Hiya Kamala Vihari, Sundar Supunita. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Jai Bhagavad Gita, Maya Jai Bhagavad Gita, Hari Hiya Kamala Vihari, Hari Hiya Kamala Vihari, Sundar Supanite. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita.
Karma Sumarma Prakashini Kama Sakti Hara,
Maya Kama Sakti Hara,
Jnana Vikashini,
Tattva Jnana Vikashini, Vidya Brahma Para. Om Jai Bhagavad
चंचल भक्ति विधाई निर्मल मलहारी
मैया निर्मल मलहारी
शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी
शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी
सब विधि सुखकारी
ओम जय भगवद गीते
राग द्वेष विदारी नारिणी मोद सदा
मैया कारिणी मोर सदा
भवभयहारिणी तारिणी
भवभयहारिणी तारिणी
परमानंद प्रदा
ओम जय भगवद गीते
आसुर भाव विनाशी नाशिनी तमरजनी
मैया नाशिनी तमरजनी
दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी
दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी हरि रसिका सजनी ओम जय भगवद गीते
समता त्याग सिखाव हरि मुख की बानी
मैया हरि मुख की वाणी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामी
सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी ओम जय भगवद गीते
दया सुधा बरसाओ मातु कृपा की जय
मैया मातु कृपा की जय
हरि पद प्रेम दान कर
हरि पद प्रेम दान कर अपनों कर लीजय ओम जय भगवद गीते जय भगवद गीते मैया जय भगवद गीते हरि कमल विहारिणी हरि कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुपनीते ओम जय भगवद गीते
ओम जय भगवद
ओम जय भगवद गीते
गीते ओम जय भगवद गीते
भगवद गीते
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु
मंगलम गरुडध्वजः मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं मंगलायतनो हरिः
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव हरि ओम तत्सत। Please all sit.